and gentlemen, welcome to the international webinar event. For the topic today is global entrepreneurship and innovation, how startup scale internationally. First, I like to introduce myself. I'm Navita, and I will host you for today's event. Now, let me welcome our special guest for today. Welcome to the honorable first speaker, Professor Ivan Ri, as a professor of management department from Alfa BK University Serbia. To the second speaker, Miss Inda Hendriyani, as a lecturer computer system department from STEKOM University Indonesia. And third, Mr. Anchit Jhamb, as an assistant professor Chandigarh School of Business from India. And the last speaker, Dr. Subhalakshmi as an assistant professor, master with business administration from St. Joseph College Engineering, India. And last but not least, also to the honorable guests and audience today. Okay, before we begin, I have a few housekeeping notes here. Today's session is being live streamed on the Universitas Teguh YouTube channel. And for today's event, we will start with Indonesia national anthems. And in the next session, we will begin the main event presentation by our special guest today and continue with the Q&A session. Take a picture for the competition unless time is closing. Okay, first we will start with Indonesia national anthem for the miskinan. You can start. Thank you. Thank you. And we will move to the main event. For all audience, if you have any question for the speaker, please add them to the chat or you can raise your hand and we will be able to answer some of the during the Q&A session after each presenter already presentation. And today, each presenter will have about time for 30 minutes for duration of presentation. Now let please welcome our first presenter, Professor Ivan from Alfa BK University Serbia. The time is yours. Thank you.
Good morning. Just to share my presentation. Can you all see it?
Yes, sure.
Okay, my name is Brkic, and today under this class about global entrepreneurship and innovation and how startups scale internationally, I will talk about the role of the science and technology parks in startup growth. So I'm coming from the Alfa BK University, and this is my email in the case you have additional questions or you want to contact me to talk about this topic. Okay, it's working. Yeah, let's talk first about the global startups market. The global startup economy is estimated at 3 trillion of US dollars in value of the GDP of the most advanced world economies. It also contribute to creating an average of 3 million new jobs every year. So it's a huge industry, as you can see. But what is the problem? About 90% of startups fail, and every year 25% of startups doesn't finish their first year. Around 50% of all of them fail before reaching the fifth year of their operations, while 60% do not. 60% of them do not become a profitable business. What is important here that enabling a high innovative capacity of startup can create their livelihood of survival. So it's important for those startups who are more innovative, who are high tech, have the more chance to survive in the global economy and to reach the profit. Innovations are very important. That's why we will talk today first about the area of innovation. Area of innovation is the places to support the startups, and places to design to attract entrepreneurial mind people, skilled, talented, knowledge-intensive businesses and investments by developing and combining a set of infrastructural, institutional, scientific, technological, educational, and social assets, together with the value-added services to enhancing sustainable economic development and prosperity with and for the community. There are many different models of the area of innovation. Some of them are innovation hubs, ICT hubs, innovation districts, etc. But one of the most popular and most common will be the topic of my today presentations. These are science and technology parks. Science and technology parks definition is one of the most common definition is the place, it's the organization managed by specialized professionals whose aim is to increase the wealth of its community by promoting the culture of innovation and competitiveness of its associated business and knowledge-based institutions. It's very general definition, so let's try to define it a little bit more precise. Science and technology parks stimulates and manages the flow of knowledge and technology amongst universities, R&D institutions, companies, and markets, facilitates creation and growth of innovation-based companies through incubation and spin-off processes, and provides value-added services together with high-quality space and facilities. There are many different names. You will see technology parks, technopole, research parks, or science parks, but it's all the same concept, and it's the same idea of science and technology parks. I will also at the end present one of the at Alfa University, we are starting science and technology parks, which is called high tech park Alfa BK. So first, to see the elements of the science and technology park. As you can see, there are 5 elements. Of course, first you need to have a plot of land and related infrastructure, so it's a physical place and it has to have some space. for the incubation of companies, for the laboratories, for the shared space for its tenants. The second is, of course, a management team. The science and technology parks need to have a good management team to really lead the park, to provide all the necessary services to its tenants, but also to select the tenants for the science and technology parks. Then we have private companies, the tenants of the science and technology parks. The key activities of the firm needs to cover R&D and innovations. Firm in STP Park work cooperatively and completely to support new products, competitively to support new products or satisfy industry or division or individual customer needs. Technology and innovation promotion mission. One of the key missions of the every science and technology park is to promoting technology, R&D, and innovation. Management strategies should be of the science technology park to promote innovation and technology and the technology development. And of course, we have financial resources, developing new products, testing them, reaching them to the markets, as well as leading one technology parks and providing value-added services to its tenants needs significant financial resources. So that's why financial resources are one of the key elements of the every science and technology parks. Who are the main actors of the science and technology parks? First, of course, academia and research, universities, engineering schools, business and management schools, research institutes, laboratories, business associations, etc. provides R&D experience, research. They provide R&D experience, research methodology, skills worker, as well as access to expensive testing and research equipments. Then we have a private sector. So of course, private companies, tenants of the science and technology parks, represents the links to the markets and allows the development and commercialization of innovative and technology-enabled solutions, products, and business models. Those are R&D companies, as I said, small and medium enterprises, startups, then subcontractors, services, consultants, multinational companies as future buyers of these companies. So they all represent private sector actors in this for every science and technology parks. Then we have, of course, government. Sometimes it's municipal, province, region, state, public energy regulations, policy makers. Of course, they are on one side providing a regulatory framework for the science and technology park and its tenants, but also they are providing funds through the research funds, to the other funds, through the debt instruments, etc. Then we have techno-economic facilitators, technical center, technological platforms, business tenants associations, chamber of commerce, organizations for standardizations and certifications. They provide service to facilitate market reach for the new products. And of course, financial entities, banks, microfinance, business agents, venture capital, seed and development, then financial guarantee companies, angel investors, crowdfunding investors, etc. They, of course, invest their own money within the SCP and its tenants, and they of course expect financial return for that. Now, here, as I mentioned, we see every interest of every of these actors. As you see, financial entities, techno-economic facilitators, their main goal is financial return. Government have interest into that STP provides positive social economic impacts on the local and regional level. Academia and research have their own impact, have their own interest because of the results of their research activities, provisions of the services to the industry. Again, additional financial return, but also to develop curricula at their universities for the new high-tech company needs. Of course, private sector has financial return, profit, but also to reach the competitiveness of its products. Then let's see what are the main services of every science and technology park. Every science and technology parks has a wide range of services. I group them in these five groups. Shared services encompass space and services such as a meeting and conference room, reception, telephony, internet access. Shared services can also comprise technology and digital related services and infrastructure, such as cloud and platform services and shared networks. Signposting and networking is one of the mechanisms by which an STP is helping companies to find the sources of advice, finance, and other resources they need from their existing infrastructure, which is signposting, and through networking, which is by bringing knowledge-based business together from across the region and programs on workshops and seminars. Then we have professional business support and innovation services. Services are targeted mainly to startups and growing SMEs, including mentoring and business advice, startup programs like acceleration programs, etc. Property services are oriented towards ensuring the startup business and SME have access to affordable premises that might improve operation efficiency or reduce barriers to their growth. Of course, market orientation of innovation services aim to support the conversion of scientific breakthroughs and technological achievements to industrial and commercial products through promotion and collaboration activities. What is very important at the beginning of every of the work of every science and technology park is to create indicators, measurable indicators that will measure the success and the work and the implementation of the strategy of each science and technology parks. There are many indicators, but science and technology parks, of course, are private companies, but they are not like independent companies, but they are not like every other companies that are measuring their success to profit. They have other indicators, important indicators like the success of their tenant companies, but also the socio-economic contribution impact on the region. There is like a general three groups of STP indicators. First one is implementation indicators, which are like for the regular companies, measure the success of the STP as a private entity, as a company. If, for example, area of land developed and building-based construction, then the number of companies in the park, the number of companies successfully graduated or successfully completed their mission in the park. Of course, income from rental and services, etc. Then we have a second group, STP outcome indicators. These are the success, measuring the success of the companies inside every science and technology park. For example, amount of capital raised through public and private investors for the company, total amount of investment in R&D, number of local suppliers and workforce, number of high quality workforce available, number of product services developed, etc. And then we have the third group of indicators, which are STP impact indicators. They include the contribution towards technology production, for example, wage increases, industry structure, exchange rates, impact on export, on employment on the regional level, etc. Why is it very important, and why we are talking about university and connection between university and science and technology parks? We also, as I mentioned, the Alfa University started with the Science and Technology Park. This is the process of how the knowledge gained from the university reached to the new products and companies at the market. For example, at the beginning, we have a knowledge gained at the university, postgraduate studying, starting preparation of technical publications, publishing technical publications, etc. Then at the university start the development of the technology, know-how, market identification, testing and experimentations, patents, proof of concept, etc. Then we are moving from the university to science and technology parks, when they start the development of products and the process of incubation. Here we have a business training, investment, marketing, private initiative, global ventures, and disrupt technologies. Then we have real companies in the process of acceleration. Is the stage when we have a real product and we are trying to reach the market, and the company is trying to reach the market. They are still inside the science and technology parks, but they need investment, they need knowledge, how to, and of course they need ways to find the ways of their products to the market. And final stage is client or commercialization stage. It's include individualization of products, process, business models, exhibition, networking. It's the stage where the company is trying to expand their markets and to find the investors for the real growth of the companies. STPs need to play a central role in supporting startups in converting the ideas that came from the university into commercially valuable products. Through incubation mechanism, of course, and helping them to scale up and develop sound business plans and models through acceleration processes, and to playing a key role in accelerating growth and increasing the productivity of startups. As I mentioned, one of the most important thing is financing. In this table, you can see how in every stage of innovation, what kind of financing what kind of funding is needed, and who are the main donors or investors at this stage. For the research, exploration of ideas, IP creation, research grants mostly from the public donors and government funds. Same is for the proof of concept. I think you all know proof of concept is evidence deriving from the experiment or pilot project, which demonstrate that the design concept business proposal is feasible. Also, again, government funds needs for this stage or other donors for proof of concept grants. Then the product development is the stage where the private investors are coming, business angels and venture capital, but also grants, government grants are available for this stage. For the market development, you don't have any government grants because you are starting the commercial phase of the products. And mostly the venture capital and venture capital debts instruments are available here. I think you know the difference between business angels and venture capital. Business angels are individual investors, venture capitals are funds, private companies, and at the final stage, exit or merger and acquisitions, where the companies are selling their shares of their companies to the public market or to the private equity fund, venture capital funds. It's also at this stage bank loans are available for the companies for further development. So it's much easier at this stage. But as you can see, for the first phases, government funds are necessary to complete these stages, and STPs should have at this stage a plan, and they need to know this, and they need to help the companies to reach the funding for every stage of innovation. At the end, I will present. This is a 5C of innovation, of contribution of science and technology parks to the innovation-driven economy, towards innovation-driven economy. The new generation of science and technology parks needs to impact 5 major areas known as 5C. First is capacity, emphasize the technology and business skills of all stakeholders of the STPs. Then collaborations involve discussing how technology can be utilized to promote greater in-depth collaboration within and beyond the STP. Content emphasize on the local niche market on which an STP should focus. Capital, of course, refers to venture capital that starts within an STP. And communication refers to the STP communicated widely with a wide range of stakeholders outside the STP and the companies to promote innovation and technology development. Risk and challenges, of course, like in every business, the establishment of the science and technology park have risk and challenges. First is, of course, related to the strategy before establishing STP is necessary to see if it is really the best way for the best for the specific context, the best way to start innovation and technology development in the region. Then, of course, the challenge for human resources, human capital, who is managing the park. It has to be a combination of the person who has a good technology skills, but also who has knowledge of marketing, management, and business skills, of course, to run the business. Capacities in technology park transfer is another challenge to establish a successful cooperation among different players within the STP, planning and development. Some risk might also be related to planning and developing an STP. Success factors have must be identified to achieve the park most common expected goals and objective, like the size of the STP parks. It shouldn't be too small, but it also should not be too big, because sometimes more investment doesn't mean the success. Sometimes it means more cost at the beginning stage. Then the objective and goals, too many goals and activities, having too many goals and activities can also be a problematic for the achievement, and having unrealistic goals at the beginning can also lead to the failure of the science and technology park. Monitoring and measuring, of course, it's very important, as I said, and as I mentioned, to have at the beginning the good indicators and to measure them all the time, and to make corrective measures to succeed the goals. That's why it's important to have the indicators. And of course, for everything in the science technology park, for the work of the science and technology park, and for the success of its tenants, it's necessary to provide to find enough funds. At the end, I will show the example of our science and technology park at the BK Alfa universities. It's in the embryonic stage, and we are still gathering ideas from the businesses to start helping them. So it is at this stage the idea is to create a dynamic platform for knowledge exchange, idea testing, and innovating projects. Our mission is to empower and inspire creativity, to create a collaborative environment for the next generation of innovators. And in this stage, we are doing that through interactive workshops, hackathons, panel discussions, and information conferences. We are committed to advancing and creating impact in the technology and innovation sector. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any question about this topic, I'm willing to answer for the rest of the time.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation, Professor Ivan. And we have 3 questions from participants. We have our first question, already read in the Zoom chat. What skill or mindset should young entrepreneur develop if they want to build startup capable of global impact? Thank you.
Sorry, can you repeat?
What skill or mindset should young entrepreneur develop if they want to build startup of global impact? The question already read in the Zoom chat.
Oh. Yes, okay. Yeah, it's important. From my experience, they have an idea, but they don't have the business skills, and they don't know at this stage how market is functioning. So their idea is usually have to be adapted to be accepted by the market. So usually they have some idea and they want to develop a project, but this product is usually not fully market oriented, and they need to understand how business and how market is functioning. So to reach the market and to have the success in the first year of their work as an entrepreneur. So of course they need to have the technical skills because they need to implement their idea, but they need to have the knowledge of the business skills and market to build startups capable of global impacts. They also need to have the global impact. They need to have a good idea, and of course, not every idea will have a global success. Sometimes they will have just a small regional or national impact. But to have a really good global impact, the idea need to be very good. But for the success, usually they need to have business skills and to understand the market. That's why is the process of in the STPs, when they get the high value services from the experienced business coaches and mentors, they can succeed.
Okay, thank you. And we have a question from Mr. Anchit Jhamb. How would you relate a revolution in STP and then impact on innovation? Thank you.
Sorry, can you repeat? I don't see that question. I see the how funding strategies differ between.
Wait, I will listen again. Alrighty. How will you relate AI revolution in STP and then impact on innovation?
Okay, artificial intelligence is really reaching the new level and impacting all the aspects of the business. So in STP, in our STP, the ideas, the new ideas are mostly, and the new ideas for the businesses are really related now in somehow to the using of artificial intelligence. So how it's impacting on the innovation, I think it's fasting innovation or fostering innovation. They are boosting innovation. Now some areas of innovation can be much faster in the especially some planning phases, and the number of businesses in this area is now bigger and bigger, and the new ideas are showing, and the entrepreneurs are now using much more artificial intelligence for their ideas. So it's really a revolution in business because it's changing not just the processes, but it's changing also the ideas, and the new business ideas are mostly now related or include artificial intelligence.
Okay, thank you. And then the next question, could you please explain how funding strategy differ between domestic growth and international expansion?
It's interesting question. Funding strategies, very important for the domestic growth and for the international expansion. It depends what kind of funding you have. You can't reach international market or international expansion, I think, or you can very hardly reach without good foreign investor or a good venture capital fund or a foreign investor that can provide you access to the foreign markets with their infrastructure and of course with their funding. So funding strategies at the stage of international expansion, they have to be focused on defining international or global partner or the partner that can help you to reach certain markets and that have experience at accessing certain markets. For example, some companies in Serbia that want to reach USA markets, they're trying to find, or some global markets, they're trying to find partners from the Western Europe or from the USA and to reach those markets, because alone it's very hard for them. Not it's just the funding to fund those activities, because they can use the debt instruments or they can find local partners, but it's also the marketing channels, the sales channels, etc. That's very important on every market. That's why you need to have the strong global partner to reach the global markets and international expansion. It's possible without that, but it's very, very hard, and you need to have a very good knowledge and you need to have luck, I think.
Okay, thank you. And then the last question, how founder can blend innovation speed with risk management when scaling globally? Thank you.
It's as I said, it's risky when you're scaling globally. It's a very risky business. The innovation speed is something. Everything is depending on the funding. So with the good donor and with the good venture capital fund, finding the good funds, it's possible to. It's the best way to balance innovation speed with the risk management. So finding a good venture capital fund or business angel, depends on which stage of innovation you are, finding enough funds and successful partner for your business. It's the best way to manage the risks. That's the best way. Alone, without having a investor, it's possible. You need to have the good technical skills, but also to have in the team people who can provide you the good with the good management skills. But the best way, again, to when you are entering the global market, is to have the partner, venture capitalist, or the company that will help you to succeed in the global market.
Okay, thank you. I guess no one else asking again. Sure. Thank you so much for your presentation and for your answer. And we will go to the second speaker for Miss Ida Hendriyani as a lecturer computer system department from STEKOM University, Indonesia. The time is yours. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see you, so many of you here today. I hope you are comfortable and can hear my presentation. And let me introduce myself. My name is Ida Hendriyani. I'm a lecturer of STEKOM University. So the subject of my presentation is about uh, inter entrepreneurship and innovation, how to scale up internationally. Internationally, yeah. Okay, basically there are 7 main points that I would like to cover today. If you look at the first slide, you can see them. Yeah. Okay, you can see them. The first one, this what is international business? Okay, the main point, what is international business? And then why we study international business activities, the essence on internationalization, the evaluation of international business, five, a reason for international business growth, and the last one, globalization of the world economy. Yeah, okay, the first one, the first slide. Yeah, let's get started. As I said, the first point is what is international business? Yes, an entrepreneur, as an entrepreneur is a person who buys a factor service at certain prices with a view to selling its product at certain prices. And entrepreneurship is a process of creating something new with value by devoting the necessary time and effort, assuming the accompanying financial, physics, and social risk, and receiving the resulting reward of monetary and personal satisfaction and independence. Yeah, exploring the realm of scaling or your startup business internationally opens up a world of opportunities and challenges. From understanding new markets to adapting, uh, to adapting value propositions, market research plays a crucial role in the success expanding a startup internationally. Yeah, it helps business understand the needs and preferences of consumers in different markets. Identify, identify the market segments and identify the potential competitors and access the visibility of entering a new market. Without research, a company might risk a failure due to lack of understanding of the target market. Yeah, international business is exchange of goods, service, and resources across national borders, involving activities like trade, investment, and capital flow. It encompasses both the commercial activities between countries and the strategies and management required to operate globally. This can include importing and exporting, foreign direct investment, licensing, and joint ventures, and is crucial for economic growth by expanding market and accessing new resources. Yeah, international business involves cross-border transactions of goods and service between two or more countries. Transactions of economic resources include capital, skills, and people for the purpose of international production of physical goods and services, such as finance, banking, insurance, and construction. International business is also known as globalization. Effective international business strategies require astute market analysis, risk assessment, and adaptation to local customs and preferences. The role of technology cannot be overstated as advancement in communication and transportation have drastically reduced barriers to entry and expanded market reach. Additionally, international business plays a crucial role in a sustainable development as the companies increasingly prioritize ethical practices, environmental responsibility, and social impact. Collaboration between governments, business people, and international organizations is essential to address issues like climate change, labor rights, and economic inequality. In essence, international business is a dynamic force driving economic growth, fostering global cooperation, and shaping the future of commerce on a worldwide scale. Yes, these are international versus domestic entrepreneurship. Actually, both of them are different meaning and different target market. International entrepreneurship is defined as a development of international new ventures or startup that from their inception engage and in international business. Thus, viewing their operation domain as international from the initial stages of international operation. So, example of global international entrepreneurship. Okay, we can see technology industry are strong, very strong example of a successful global entrepreneurship. Companies such as Microsoft, Apple, Google, and Yahoo are involved from small startups with limited funding into massive multinational corporations. The reason for the rapid growth of these companies is that the demand for this technology, operating system, search engine, office software, and smartphone is universal in developed nations. Okay, while domestic entrepreneurship, domestic entrepreneurs are distinguished by their emphasis on productions in function strategy and customer specialization strategy. The production specialization strategy consists of focusing on limited geographical markets. The customer specialization strategy incorporates the production of specialty products that is purchased infrequently. Thus, for both of domestic strategies, a consistent closeness between the producer and consumer is implied. This may be an important basis in underlining the new venture's decision to compete in an exclusive domestic context. Yeah. Okay, studying international business is um, Beneficial because it's open of global career opportunities and develops key skills like cultural competence and cross-cultural communication. It provides a global perspective on business, which is crucial in an interconnected globe world, and it enhances problem-solving abilities by teaching students to navigate complex international markets and regulations. Additionally, a degree in international business can lead to higher earning potential and opportunities for international internship, travel, and networking. Domestic transaction, yeah, okay. In the domestic transaction is the selling. Okay, I would like to explain to you or differentiate between domestic transaction and international transaction. Domestic transaction is a selling of item produced in the same country. For example, in one country to the same country, Indonesia to Indonesia or Malaysia to Malaysia. And international transaction is different from international transaction. International transaction is the selling of items produced in other countries. These items contribute to the global economy. For example, Indonesia to other countries or Indonesia to the other Asian countries or Indonesia to European countries. So we have a contribute or distribute our products or our service to the global market. And benefits for business, actually access to market, cheaper labor, yes, increased quality of food. So if we would like to run our business internationally, so we have to increase quality and quantity of goods and access to resources. Okay, next, why study international business? Yeah. Studying international businesses is beneficial because it opens serve global career opportunities and develops key skills like culture, competence, and cross-cultural communication. It provides a global perspective on business, which is crucial in an interconnected world, and enhance problem-solving abilities by teaching students to navigate complex international markets and regulation. Additionally, a degree in international business can lead to higher earning potential and opportunities for international internship, travel, and networking. Okay, the other benefit of studying international business. Okay, the first one, facilitate the global economy and interconnectedness. IB or international business bring nations closer together. So to contribute to national economics well-being. International business fuels economic growth and rising living standards, and to provide competitive advantage for the firms, and provides companies with money benefits leading to profitability and competitive advantage. Yeah. So more and more firms around the world are going global or nationally, internationally, including manufacturing firms, service company, for example, banks, insurance, consulting firms, education and training, art, film, and music companies. Benefit for international business. The first one, access to market. By trading abroad, business people can again access to the other markets. There are 20, more than 200 times larger than those at home or the local market. And consumer in other parts of the world have different needs and wants. So business people must make adaptation to their products and service to be successful in other countries. A global product is a standardized item that is offered or in the same format in all countries. And the other benefit is cheaper labor. Yeah, lower prices as the result of cheap labor in other countries is the number one reason why consumers buy items made in different parts of the world. Okay. Yeah, next, international business activity. Yeah, international business includes a wide range of activities like importing and exporting goods and services, investing in foreign companies, and using contractual agreement like licensing and franchising to transfer goods, services, capital, and technology across national border. It can also involve establishing physical operation like manufacturing facilities or subsidiary in other countries. Yeah, for the key business activities or the key international business activities, okay, the first one, importing and exporting. The most fundamental activity involving the exchange of goods and service across border. And importing, bringing goods or service into a country from another country, while exporting, selling goods or services produced in one country to customers in another country. For the international trade, the encompasses import, export, and foreign direct investment or FDI, and contractual agreement, granting rights to foreign companies for a fee or royalty. Uh, licensing, yeah, licensing, allowing a foreign firm to use intellectual property like patents, trademarks, or technology. And then franchising, a form of licensing where a company grants a foreign entity the right to operate its business using its brand, system, and support. Turnkey operation, building a facility and then turning it over to a foreign client to operate it. And FDI or foreign direct investment. Yeah. For the FDI, foreign direct investment, establishing a physical presence in a foreign country and setting up manufacturing facilities, sales office, or research and development centers, acquiring or establishing subsidiaries in other countries. And for the movement of resources, facilitating the global flow of resources like capital, people, and technology. Capital such as investment, banking, and insurance. And the people employing and moving professionals across borders. And the last one, technology, transferring knowledge and technology such as outsourcing research and development. Yeah, encourage for the activities of international business. The first one, increase the quality of goods. Yeah, international business can help producer improve the quality of the products they sell and increase quantity of goods or as a production or as a as a production, as long as the product has international appeal, so that's the potential for increased sales or target market. And access to resources, connection to international markets provides businesses with increased access to the three types of economic resources: natural, human, and capital. Yeah, there are five PAs of international business. Our countries benefit when business produce specialized goods and services that appeal to consumers. And international businesses provides increased markets for businesses and award them a broader choice of product, service, and prices for their customer or customers. There are five P's or the five P's or P's of international business. The first one, product. price, proximity, preference, and promotion. Yeah. What is price? Okay, what is product? Yeah. Product here, a country's resources determine what goods and services produces. And the price, the cost of producing goods and service varies from country to country. Sometimes it may be more profitable for business people to produce products overseas and then ship them here to sell to the customers. And lower foreign wages, taxes, and material costs make it cheaper to produce products abroad rather than domestically. And from proximity, proximity, it may be more advantageous and profitable for some businesses to sell products and services to consumer near or neighboring countries rather than to its domestic customers. For example, 80% of the population lives with uh, American border, for example, in Canada, Canadian population is with 170 kilometers of the American border. And therefore, many Canadian business trade extensively with Americans. The reverse is also true. Americans market many of their goods and services to Canada. And next P, the other P, preference. Preference consumer often purchase foreign goods and service based on their reputation and specialization. Even though similar products are produced domestically. Two examples are Swiss watch and Belgium chocolate. A Swiss watch and Belgium chocolate, Australian wine, German cars, and
I'm sorry,
beer.
excuse me, miss.
Yeah.
We s- you still have like 5 minutes again because we have to another speakers.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Navita. Next promotion. Promotion. We can use technology, especially the internet, makes it easy for business to promote their products and service internationally. Yeah. Next, for the essence on internationalization, okay, who participate in international business? The first one, multinational enterprises, and the second one, small and medium enterprises, three, born global firm, and four, non-governmental organizational. Yeah, international businesses. So need for international businesses cause the flow of ideas, service, and capital across the world. And offer consumer new choices, permits the acquisition of wider variety of products, and provide challenging employment opportunities and relocates resources, makes preferential choices, and shifts activities to a global level. Okay, why do firms participate in international business? Okay, the first one, they seek opportunities for growth through market diversification. For example, Harley Davidson, Sony, Make a Believe, and Whirlpool. And the second one, to earn higher margins and profit. Often foreign markets are more profitable. And three, to gain new ideas about products, service, and business method. For example, GM refined its knowledge about making small, fuel efficient cars in Europe. And Toyota, okay, better serve care customers that have relocated abroad. When Toyota launched its operation in Britain, many of its suppliers followed suit. And to be closer to supply sources, benefit from global sourcing advantage or gain flexibility in the sourcing of products. Example, Dell computer sources parts and components from the best supplier worldwide. And again, next, the last, why do firms participate in international business? To invest in a potentially rewarding relationship with a foreign partner. For example, Toshiba, leading innovation, and French computer from group partner with Toshiba in Japan to again insight for developing information technology. Yeah. Okay, so the reason for international business growth, yeah. Okay, the first one, the competitive environments, competitive strategy for the products, developing a favorable brand image, or need to develop unique characteristics. For example, R&D efforts or different means of distributions. And then cost or differentiation strategy. And the next one, competitive resources and experiences, size and resources compared to those of its competitors. For example, Coca-Cola has more resources than its competitor. Over 200 countries sell Coca-Cola or consume Coca-Cola. And the competitors face in each market. The success in market doesn't matter it's domestic or foreign. Often depends on whether the competition is international or local. And then capitalize on international opportunities. Investment in research, equipment plans, and personal training can take years to plan out. And company's management has better chance of avoiding unpleasant surprises, and opportunities and risks is always challenging during international business. Yeah. Okay, globalization of the world's economy. Okay, the next slide. Globalization of the world economy. Yeah. This globalization consists of cultural globalization, economic globalization, financial and political globalization. And there are factors influencing globalization. The second one, economic liberalization, technological breakthrough, manufacturing technology, transportation technology, and information and communication technology. Yeah. Okay, for the market, yes, for the international market, there are four go-to-market strategies, especially in export or international business. Okay, what are you selling? What are you selling? And then we have to what is it consider about the four go-to-market strategy. What are you selling, and then who are you selling to, and then how will you reach your target market, and where or what country will you promote your products? So developing to go market strategy is an interactive process as each component impacts to the other countries. Yeah, this for international marketing across border, including market identification and targeting market, entry mode, election, and marketing mix. Yeah, this marketing mix, market seeking motive. For example, opportunities due to life cycles and uniques of products or service, and then economics motive as profitability. Our product has more profitable, and achieving economics of scale globally, and spreading R&D costs. And the next strategy motives growth and risk spread. Yeah. Next, for the technological environments, even though a technology is advantage at larger scale, still there are technological friction in various countries depending on time of implementation, updating of technology. Yeah. Okay, next for the culture. Yeah, culture sensitivity. So if we go globally or go market globally, culture is important for the run a business. Entrepreneur operating at national level should understand cultural issues persisting in home country and international level. Uh, the entrepreneur has to understand and manage cultural diversity of consumer or customer as well as employees in a company. In other words, yeah, impact of cultural differences. International trade depends on our response to acceptance of cultural differences. And culture is dealing with the people, is the sum of a country of way of life, belief, and customs. And conducting successful business in a foreign countries involve learning what is important to their population as well as its cultural nuances. And then punctuality, the value of punctuality depends on the culture. Some culture value timelines, some do not. It is important to understand this before visiting foreign countries or before running international business. Other characteristics to recognize a working at an acceptable pace, having good manners, and learning avoid wits and disappointment. Yeah. Okay, there are some culturals. We have to know about good manner, non-verbal communication signal, and then decision making, and the last global dependencies. Yeah, dependencies exist when customer is in one country demands items that are created in another. Yeah, that's it for my presentation. Thank you very much, and come back to the MC or moderator.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation, Miss Ida. And we have 3 questions from participant. Yeah, for Miss Ida, are you still with us?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We have 3 questions from Miss Kihinan, Mr. Anchit, and Miss Retno. First, how important? Oh yeah, wait, just a moment. Oh yeah, how important is it for startup to redesign their product or business model when expanding to diverse cultural environment? Thank you. Your microphone still turn off, ma'am.
You still mute your microphone, Miss?
Yeah. Again, it is critically important for startups to redesign or localize their products and business models when expanding to diverse cultural environments. As a one-size-fits-all approach often fails due to variation in consumer behavior, cultural norms, legal requirements, and competitive landscape. There are key reasons for adoption. The first one, market relevance and customer trust. Adapting products and messaging to local preferences makes the offering feel native, in building essential trust and brand loyalty. Brands that demonstrate cultural intelligence earn greater respect and engagement from local stakeholders. User experiences and adoption rates. Localization enhance the user experiences by incorporating local languages. 75% of consumers prefer purchasing in their native languages, currencies, data formats, and preferred payment methods. An intuitive cultural aligned leads to higher adoption and retention rates. And three, avoiding cultural misstep. What is acceptable in one culture might be ineffective or even offensive in another. For instance, colors, symbols, and advertising imagery must be adjusted to avoid a negative connotation. A famous example is the Chevrolet Nova car, which sold poorly in the Spanish speaking market because Nova literally means doesn't go in Spanish. Yeah, so avoiding cultural misstep. And the last one, competitive advantage. Startups that successfully adapt their offerings stand out from competitors who take a blanket approach to global expansions. This tailored approach can lead to increased market share and better financial performance. Yeah, next, the last, efficiency. Yeah, efficiency. Business models may need adjustment to align with local business practice, such as different negotiation style, management hierarchy, and preferred distribution channels. Yeah. Okay, is it? Could I answer your question?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer, Miss Ida. Yeah, I guess no one else asking again, and we will go to the third speaker for Mr. Jhamb as an assistant professor. The time is yours. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Jhamb. Okay. I'm sorry, sure. We can hear your voice. We cannot hear your voice. No, still no. No, no, sure.
Maybe you can use another device to support your audio, sir. I mean, like you can join with your phone or something to connect your audio.
Now please check.
Oh, we can hear you, but very small.
Uh,
Yeah,
like I just wanted to have audio checking. I hope I am clearly audible.
yeah, it's very clear now.
Okay. So before starting with my presentation, I just want to have a small check regarding. I'll share my screen. Can you just confirm whether it is visible or not?
No, sure.
Just a minute, ma'am. Just a
Okay.
minute. Just a minute, ma'am. Okay. There's some issue, I guess. Share. Now is it visible? My screen is visible?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. So according to Indian standard timings, a very good afternoon to one and everyone present in this uh, meeting. My topic is global entrepreneurship and innovation, how startups scale internationally. So into the trend in 2025, the complete market has become a global village. A person sitting in US can trade its products, services somewhere in Asia. Anyone sitting in Asia can go to African continent, and this is how the things are scaling up worldwide, which has actually given a spark in the field of entrepreneurship also, which has also given a spark in the field of innovation also. Because working at such a big level, working at such a global level, there are many problems faced either by the business houses or by the customers. So that problems, those gaps, what are being faced by the customers, what are being faced by the business houses, these small entrepreneurs, they can actually help with those problems and gaps. And this is the main motive of today's presentation, that how we can go global, or how this global integration can help the entrepreneurs to work at a bigger level, at a bigger picture, at a bigger frame. So global scaling opens a new TAM, that is a total accessible market. Frameworks guides market choice, structured roadmap reduces risks. So first of all, as an entrepreneur, as an innovator, you need to understand that what all markets are available, or what all markets can be available, wherein the products, the services can be sold out, where those problems can be solved out. And hence, if you are able to find out that what is your TAM, total accessible market, then you can open up your gates, then you can open up your ways to go global. Then comes the frameworks, how you will get the global things, how you will reach to that level. And third is a structured roadmap. Now, roadmap is a guidelines. It is a guideline for yourself, that how you can actually go global and how you can stay in touch with this international market. My next point is, why should we go international, or why should we scale international? So first of all, the point is कि larger total access market, it actually helps you to get cost efficient. When you are into the market where you actually believe that your product can be sold out, where you actually believe that you can solve the practical issues faced by the consumers, that actually brings in more customers, that actually bring in more consumers. When you have more customers, when you have more consumers, your cost, overall cost of the business, it falls down, because whatsoever you are manufacturing, whatsoever you are putting into the market, it is actually getting sold. So once the things get sold into the market, it actually brings more profitability. If there is more profitability, then the businesses can run with the smaller cost efficiencies, larger TAMs. Expanding international increases. See, we cannot directly go into the global market. We need to identify the total accessible markets. And the best part of being a global is, once you enter into the market, you get to the knowledge that where all the same problems are being identified with all such economies, or a particular economy, or the alley economy. And then you can sell your products there also, then you can give your solutions there also, then you can sell your services there also. And hence your total accessible market is will become wider in range. And that's the point where you will scale internationally. This is how you will grow internationally. Then regulatory arbitrage. Every nation, every economy has their own rules and regulations, very clearly given by Ida ma'am, also very clearly given by Irwin sir also, that yes, Ivan sir, sorry, that yes, every economy, every country has their own norms, have their own rules, regulations. But then there are few economies who want businesses to develop, who want entrepreneurships to come to their place, who want employment rate to go higher side, who want their people, their citizens, they should have a proper living of standard. And that's the point what you can actually attack, or what actually you can make use of to reduce the regulatory frameworks on your business. And when you are growing globally, you have some benchmarks already set back in your home country, then you can actually request the other economies also that please be lighter on us. Please have some regulatory arbitrages on us. And further, if you have some kind of geopolitical advantages, like we are very good friends with Russian economy, we are very good friends with other economies also. So we can actually respect these two economies actually respect each other. So the entrepreneurs from our country are always welcomed over there. The persons from Russian economy are always welcomed in Asian economy, especially in India. So this is how, when these two economies work together, then also the regulatory powers or the regulatory restrictions also reduces for those particular nations, for those particular countries, for those particular economies, for those particular companies, for those particular entrepreneurs. So this is how you can take advantage, or the entrepreneur can take advantage from geopolitical relationships also, and access to talent. You never know where you find a good employee. You never know where you find a good friend. So being or getting into international market, you will find those persons, those employees, those partners for your business, which can actually help you to grow, which can actually help you to scale, which can actually help your business to have wonders, to have profitability. And this is one of the again main reasons that why you want to go or why you want to scale internationally. Key frameworks, what kind of businesses actually, or how these business actually grow into international frameworks, or what kind of entrepreneurs should access to international scaling. So the first one is born global. So you opened up your business just to work internationally. You do not want to work domestically. You do not want to stay in your country, in whatever country you are from. You do not want to stay there. You want to work globally. You will not respond. You will not cater. You will not solve the domestic issues. Yes, after you have served the international customers, after you have solved their problems, and if anything left behind and it is cost effective for your business, then you can go domestic also. But your partners, your employees, your idea generation part, your processes, your everything, it will be for international customers only. It will be, directly dealing with cross border customers. You will not work for, or you are not meant to work for the domestic problems or domestic issues. The third type of framework is cage model. Uh, Very rightly said by Ida ma'am that cultural difference plays a very important part. So cage model gives you four types of frameworks. Number one is cultural, then administrative, geographic, and economic distances. So cultural shock is what actually entrepreneurs face in a bigger part of their business if they go international. Now, to save yourself from a cultural shock, you need to identify that who are your best partners, who can help you there, who can actually stay down there and actually help your business to grow. So you need to identify that what kind of culture they follow. And again, very rightly, it was also said, okay, if you are going international, and it should be ethical, it should not hurt the feelings. So that is again a part of being into the cultural market, that you should not hurt the feelings of that particular economy, of that particular citizens. You should respect them, because you are again going into their market, you are using their resources, and you will be providing, yes, you will be providing solutions to them, but you are using their resources also. So you should respect. If you are into some, you are going to some host country, they are hosting you, then as a guest, as an entrepreneur, it's your responsibility to give them the respect. Administrative challenges. Many economies, they believe, like, if I, because I personally belong to Indian subcontinent, so I'm much more into, I'll not talk about other economies because I do not want to get into the things like I'm hurting feelings, but I'm personally talking about Indian administrative structure. So if I talk about the political structure of Indian economy, we are into the democratic, we are a democratic economy, we are a republic economy. So our major or the basic funda is the democracy, the right of equality. It should happen there. So this is how it might change from one economy to other economy. Yes, depending upon their needs, their solutions, their wants, their visions, their missions, So it actually depends from economy to economy. But if I talk about Indian economy, we are republic country, we are democratic republic country. So our administrative style, our administrative style is more of democratic in nature, and we give right to equality also. Geographic. So again, coming back to India only, we are an economy with the multiple geographic factors. At a point of time, you will find the desert also, and on the same land, you will find the Himalayas also. At on the south, we have Indian Ocean also. So geographically, we are very much diverse, and hence, because we are that much diverse, it gives opportunity to other companies, other economies to come to India, have their manufacturing units, sell the type of products. Because with all these geographic conditions, we are providing the multiple type of customers also. So that is one of the biggest benefit of Indian economy, that why companies love to work with us. Economic distances. There can be, if I talk about economic terms, it can be underdeveloped economy, it can be a developed economy, it can be a developing economy. So booming economies, yes, they are again very much into calling up for the entrepreneurs. So as an entrepreneur, I'm so sorry. As an entrepreneur, it is your responsibility to find out that in what country you are going, in what economy you are going to start your business, what is their cultural demand, how culturally you can mix up with them. Then administrations, what kind of government policies, political parties are working, and what's their thinking. Then geographic, what kind of product or service you are going to provide, and how much time it can last in that economy. Then economic distances, how far the host and the home country are from each other, number one. Number two, you are from, whether you are from a developing economy going into a developed economy, you are from a developed economy going into a developing economy, you are from either developed or developing economy and going into an underdeveloped economy. So that is economic distance also. Next is Upasala model, which is like psychological impacts, how psychologically you are committed towards your goals. So as an entrepreneur, as an innovator, if you want to grow global, how is your psychological commitment towards them? How much you are psychologically working or committing yourselves? What's your knowledge base? What are your knowledge sources? And how you will be going into those TEM, total accessible markets. Next is market selection. How do you select a market? Number one, you the point you are scaling up, you need, what are your strategies to scale up? Then you match it with the kind of economy you are going to work with. The second is pilot testing. You sample test your products, you sample test your services, you get the feedback, and then you find out that whether you want to enter into that particular market or not. Research, that's very important part for an entrepreneur or an innovator, that if you actually want to enter into a market, research about them, that how fast they are growing, what kind of market conditions they are facing, what are the political visions behind developing entrepreneurship into that business, into that economy. So this is how you can find out. And the last one is entry criteria. There are economies in which the entry is very easy. For a specific industry, entry is very easy, exit is difficult. Sometimes entry is difficult, exit is easy. So you need to identify, as an entrepreneur, we need to identify that whatever country we are entering into, what is their entry criteria. So if I talk about Indian economy, there are many, like if I talk about defense, especially defense industry, it is very difficult to enter. Especially, we have foreign defense deals with US economy also, with Russian economy also. But the best part is very limited deals were there. The entry was not free. It was the will of Indian economy to take the help from these economies to develop themselves. So that is, those are the criteria you need to identify, that what product you are going to sell, in what economy you are going to sell, and whether they will allow a free entry or not, or what are their entry criteria. And if there are strict entry criteria, then it becomes difficult to work upon. Go-to-market moves, how you can actually go into the market, creating a local entity. So take the help from the partner over there, ask him to create a local entity. The export mode, get into the export import business. And sorry, if I can just put it into a small thing, the platform model. So here you can, what you can use, you can actually open up the, platforms, the market channels, the sales channels. So this is how you can get into the market. Open up a market, open up a, franchisee over there, open up your manufacturing unit over there in that particular economy, get into the export import things and use your sales channel. So this is how you will be getting into the things. Operating model changes. So depending upon the legalities, depending upon the rules and regulations, you need, as an entrepreneur, you need to check that how the local government is, following the rules and regulations, and how it is easy for us to follow those rules and regulations. Whether we can have that cage model, the cultural, administrative, geographic, and economic distances, how those cage model can help us to grow and develop. Funding and unit economics. Time and again, even in with the answer also, the main point was funding. STPs, they can go for venture capitalist debts. Same for us also. If we, apart from any kind of industry, particular in type, if you want to actually get into global business, you need money. Money is backbone. Money is the sweat and blood of any business. So if you want to grow global, if you want to scale up your business, you need to have money in your pocket, whether it's your own money, which no businessman actually loves to do so. And the second one is the money of others. Get the loan from government, get the loan from public, get the loan from your friends, get the loan from your relatives, and then put it into your business to go global. So that's one thing. The time to first 1 lakh users versus market. So in your TAM, total accessible market, you need to identify how fast you are getting your first 100,000 customers or 100,000 users. That's very important. And depending upon from product to product, the timeline says it should be within 3 years. Within 3 years, if you are able to stand by with 100,000 customers within a timeline of 3 years, you are actually getting into the market. You are actually throwing your product into the market, and the product is being sold into the market. So this is how it's one of those analysis which helps the acquirers or the entrepreneurs to go global. And this is one of the initiatives entrepreneur can take up. Cost to scale by region. That's again very important, because an economy. Just a second. So मैं मीटिंग में बैठा हूँ, बाद में कॉल करता हूँ. So you need to identify, because many economies are very large. If I talk about UK economy, US economy, they are very large economies. So from a region to region, the rules and regulations changes. So this is how you can work upon. And if you are selecting a particular economy, then you need to select a particular region, and then you need to identify their rules and regulations. Then you need to identify that how well your vision, how well their regulations match with each other. And if these two things are matching up with each other, you can actually open your business over there. Risks and mitigations, yes. Business in itself, it means it is a risky thing. So if you are putting your money, if you are putting your time, if you are putting your sweat in this, there are chances of losses. So regulations, internal environment, external environment, you need to find out that how well these three things can actually go hand in hand with each other. So this is how I'll make my presentations to conclude. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. And yes, I am really sorry that I made you wait earlier because of some internet connectivity, which actually I faced. Again, that was the issue. So
Yes.
thanks for your patience for this
Okay.
presentation.
Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation. lecture. And we have one question from participant. First, could you elaborate on how global partnership and cross-border collaboration support faster international scaling? Thank you.
Just a second, if I can open up the chats. Could you elaborate on how global partnerships and cross-border collaborations support faster international scaling? Okay, now there are, see, yes, if I talk about global partnerships, so there are three main types of, or there are main types of the ways you can get actually into the international market. So it can be through FDIs also, it can be through FPIs also, it can be through FIIs also, it can be a green model setting also, it can be a brown model setting also. So if you are into the global partnerships, like the Maruti collaborated with Suzuki. Suzuki came into India, it collaborated with Indian company Maruti. So this is how their market increased, their customer base increased, their market size increased, and yes, they were into the market. They expanded globally. They were able to sell their products very well in India. So global partnerships are very important. Without global partnership, the best thing I can end by saying is until and unless you do not have a friend in other country, you cannot understand that country. You cannot understand that economy. So to scale up your business, to actually enter into that market, you need to have a friend. You need to have a collaborator. And if you have a friend, if you have a collaborator, it will scale up your business. And yes, again, because you have a friend over there, you have a collaborator over there, it will scale up your business and it will actually help you to grow 10 times faster what as an individual you were supposed to do. So having a collaborator makes your growth actually to have with a 10 times faster rate. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation, Professor Anchit. And thank you so much for your time. And then we will go to the last speaker for Dr. Subhalakshmi from ST Joseph College Engineering. The time is yours. Thank you.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes, I'm Dr. Subhalakshmi from St. Joseph College of Engineering, Chennai, India. So, I'm here to present a topic of global entrepreneurship and innovation, how startups scale internationally. So, the previous speakers have already finished off all the basics of global entrepreneurship and innovation. And now these are the topics I was supposed to cover. What is the meaning of global entrepreneurship? Why go globally? Is it easy to go globally? Or what are the barriers of global entrepreneurship? What is the reason for failure? What are the innovation in scaling internationally by startups? Examples of successful international entrepreneurs? What are the theoretical reviews about different innovation models of international business and how the solutions can be done for them? And a conclusion. So let me speed up the basics because it is already being covered by the prior speakers. Global entrepreneurship meaning it is the process of creating and managing business ventures that operate across national borders from an early stage, embracing a worldwide approach to market entry, product development, and customer engagement. So this is a schematic representation for your easy understanding. So you create business, you manage business across the national borders for the purpose of entering into the market and product development and customer engagement, and that is nothing but international business. It involves identifying and capitalizing on business opportunities in multiple international markets, leveraging global resources, and navigating complex regulatory and cultural environments. So the prior speakers have already given you what are the different cultural environments to be focused and what are the different regulatory barriers you have when you enter into a new environment or new country. So these are different modes of international business or different modes of entry into international business. So you can enter into another country through export or import, license or franchising, through contracts, through joint ventures, or you can just own your whole subsidy in another country. So why should we go global? Why the businesses should be expanded internationally? To access access to broader markets, it lead to significant sales and revenue growth. Your sales will increase, your revenue growth will increase, and there is economies of scale. When you produce more, when you produce mass amounts of products, your operation cost, your production cost, your fixed cost generally goes down. And that is the benefit for the company. Then diversification of revenue streams. So mitigating the risk. So when you diversify your product or when you diversify your market, when one country's economy is in recession, the other country's economy will support you. So this helps to mitigate or reduce your risk or loss obtained in the first country. And then talent acquisition. So as Sir told, you don't know where you get good talents from. So when you go across your borders, you can get more talented or skilled international employees for your organization. And then continuous learning and innovation. So wide range of ideas, technologies, and cultural perspectives are known to you when you go out of your borders. So your innovation capacity will improve. You can learn continuously from others and other countries. So these are the reasons why companies have to go globally. So access to global market, increased revenue, access to new customers, economies of scale, enhance the brand image and reputation, innovation and learning are the benefits. So is it easy to go globally? No, because you have a lot of barriers, cultural barriers, communication barriers, regulatory tax barriers. And then, for example, Germany has strict labor laws. So if you don't obey those labor laws, you cannot do a business in Germany. Then financial risk. So you have exchange rate risk. So when you are going across your borders and you gain profit in a country's currency to your country, there is an influence of currency exchange rate. So when the exchange rate goes down, obviously your profit goes down. Logistic issues. So when there is logistic issues, you cannot go across your borders and you cannot do complex transportations. It is tough to maintain complex transportations across your borders. Intense competition. There is already local players and MNCs being doing well in the other country. So it will be tough for you to do business and compete those local players. Why do startups fail internationally? So what do you think that startups are failing in their expansion? So is it due to lack of market demand? Is it due to funding issues? No. These are actually small problems which are magnified by the complexities of operating in a foreign environment. So when you operate in a foreign environment, these problems, which are actually minor, becomes a magnified one. What are the main reasons for failure of international businesses? Misjudging the market or lack of local product market fit. So you misjudge the market. You don't know what is the actual what is the actual thing the consumer in that country need. So misjudging the market. Hiring the team or hiring and team integration challenges. It is difficult to recruit people in another country. So this may result in poor communication and your business operations may fail. Undercapitalization and financial mismanagement. So it is very expensive to get finance to do an international business or to get finance in another country. So sometimes when startups they go aggressive and they do international business, they fail and it will be unable for them to recover the loss. Regulatory blind spots and compliance issues. There may be a lot of legal regulations that you are aware of, but sometimes there are blind spots which are not known by you, which may result in hefty fines, and overcoming those fines is very difficult. Premature scaling. So when aggressive nature of the startups go to an international market and rush to do business in that country, it may lead to wasted resources, operational inefficiencies, and inability to pivot when necessary. So markets usually change often. The market is very dynamic in nature. You should be able to, you should have the capacity to uh, react to those dynamic changes, and you should have the ability to adapt to those um, challenges. And then here are specific examples of these failures and their reasons. So in the retail sector, Walmart in Germany, Walmart expanded its business in Germany in 1997, but exited in 2006, losing an estimated US dollar of 1 billion. What is the reason for this? Walmart failed to understand the German culture and consumer behavior. German shoppers, they prefer discount chains and local specialty stores, whereas Walmart, they have a different nature. Walmart, it did not abide to the strict labor laws of Germany. And its pricing strategy was also against the Germany's predatory pricing regulations, because Germany has strict pricing regulations as well as it has strict rules were not according to Germany's labor laws. So all these reasons were leading to Walmart's exit from Germany. See, Walmart has everyday low prices strategy. So they provide a wide variety of products. They have massive scale. They have bargaining power with suppliers. They have high efficient supply chain. So due to all these reasons, their prices are very low. But according to Germany's rule, there is predatory pricing regulation, which means that selling below the cost is against the legal regulations of Germany. And then customer loyalty by saving time and money was not done in Germany for Walmart. So this is the reason for Walmart failure in Germany. Target company, it is another retail company. And when it expanded in Canada, it lost over 2 billion rupees due to the closure of all 133 stores within 2 years. It was not able to withstand the Canadian environment. Though the expansion was too aggressive and rushed, leading to major supply chain and inventory management problem. So what is the reason behind Target being failed in Canada? The reason is that the inventory management problem was there. So frequent empty shelves and poor shopping experience was resulted due to inventory management problems. So Target's Canadian prices were also higher compared to Walmart Canada and other Shoppers Drug Mart in Canada. So because of the higher prices, so as I said before, Walmart gives all the products at a lower price, whereas Target is a luxury product, is a company which provides a discretionary products at a higher rate. So this higher price was not satisfying the customer needs in Canada. So that resulted in the company's failure in Canada. So when we come to the food and beverage industry, Starbucks, when it expanded in Australia in 2000, it closed almost 61 of its units among the 84 stores in 2008 itself. What is the reason? Because the culture in Australia was that their consumers were already influenced by Italian and Greek immigrants who preferred strong espresso based coffee served in local cafe. So Starbucks coffee was a little sweeter because it had an American touch in it. So it was an American style coffee, which was not preferred by uh, Australian immigrants. Taco Bell, it is another food industry, food company. It failed in Mexico. And the reason behind that is that the Mexican consumers were fond of authentic Mexican cuisine. So the Mexican food culture is a rich blend of ancient indigenous traditions and European influences. So they don't want fast food culture from America. So the Americans, when they introduced the fast food culture in Mexico, it failed. One more example is an e-commerce company. When it entered China, it struggled to compete with the local players and it eventually exited the market. So, what was the plus point of the local company? It is a multifaceted platform ecosystem. The local company was Alibaba platform. It has its own online payment system, and it has its own smart logistic network, Alibaba's smart logistic network. And it also generated revenues from online marketing services. So through online advertisements, it generated revenues. So it did not get any commission from the consumers for any transactions. So all these benefited Alibaba platform, Alibaba company. And so eBay was unable to compete with Alibaba. So eBay's hands-off model lacked all these benefits. So strong logistic networks, reliable customer support, and local payment methods. All these were Alibaba's plus points, which were against eBay's hands-off model. And so eBay failed in China. So these are a few examples of failures in international business. So how do we succeed in scaling internationally? So the best answer is innovation. So innovation and global entrepreneurship both are balancing each other or both support each other. They are intrinsically linked in a cyclical and mutual reinforcing relationship. Innovation often serves as a catalyst for international expansion, while the global marketplace acts as the proving ground and inspiration source for further innovation. So innovation supports global entrepreneurship, and global entrepreneurship or global marketplace acts as the source for further innovation. So innovation acts as the engine for global entry. So what is the advantage of innovation? Uniqueness. So uniqueness often stems from innovation. Differentiated offering. So if we are able to provide an innovative product or service or business model, it gives a competitive edge for our company. Solving universal problems. So suppose if we focus on solving global problems, if our product solves the global problems, for example, sustainable energy solution. So sustainability is a global problem in recent years. So all companies are moving towards sustainable business models. Suppose if we are able to focus on sustainable energy solutions, then it has an international applicability. So solving universal problems through innovation will give you a competitive edge in the international market. Reducing barriers to entry through technological innovations. So e-commerce platforms, cloud computing, digital communication tools, these are new tools which can help you drastically to lower the cost and complexity of the international business. So these factors will help you to improve your international business through innovation. The global marketplace inspiring further innovation. So the global marketplace is changing. It is dynamic in nature. And so the exposure to diverse needs in another country, the access to new global talent and ideas in other country, the intense competition in other country, and identifying the next big things existing in other country. All these things in the global marketplace will further induce you to provide new innovative solutions. So global marketplace and innovation, they work hand on hand. So the startups must become innovative, they must become adaptable, they should have clear vision, they need to continually innovate, and they should stay informed about global trends. What are the changes occurring in the global trends? They should be informed about that, and they also need an ecosystem to support them for international business. So this international support system includes the government and other private organizations. So as the prior speakers have explained about angel financing and other government supports for international business, Global Entrepreneurship Network and Startup Genome are also some few examples for private organizations that provide you the support to do the international business. It is a synergistic effect. So when global marketplace works hand on hand with innovation, 1 plus 1 is equal to 3, which means that when two things go hand on hand, the synergetic effect is more than the effect of individual performance. Okay, so global success stories can result out of the synergistic effect of global marketplace working along with innovation. So here are a few examples or real-time examples of innovation leading to success of international businesses. Elon Musk, as you all know, he has innovated or have invented new business ideas like electric vehicles in Tesla and SpaceX. It provides rockets to travel to space, and then Neuralink. It is it explores the frontiers of brain-computer interface. So even if we think our thought processes are recognized by the computers, and the computers and devices, other devices will act according to our thoughts. These are new innovations that lead to success. And then Hamdi Ulukaya from Turkey, he has done a business in USA. He founded Chobani. It is a US yogurt, which, it is a Greek yogurt, which transformed the US yogurt market. So the authentic Greek yogurt was introduced to American consumers by Chobani company. And the entrepreneur was committed to quality and social responsibility. So he adopted the strategies of hiring refugees and profit sharing with the employees. So he not only was responsible, he was also
I'm sorry, miss. I just want to remember you because this time has still like 5 minutes left, so you
okay.
can finish it in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yes. So Mike Grigor, he co-founded Instagram. So through community engagement, he led success in international business. And then Sanjay from India, he went to US and he co-founded SanDisk and paved the way for modern data storage solutions. And then Jason, he invented Vigo headset. Just with the nodding of your head, you can be able to moving your chairs. So David, he founded BigFix and Tanium. These are digital security systems. And then, so this security system is is based on the leading trends and innovations in enterprise IT. And then Jason, I explained already. And then Perkins, a women entrepreneur, she has identified a gap in accessible design tools. So she invented or she co-founded Canva, which acts as a designing tool for around consumers from 190 plus countries. And from all these entrepreneurs, I have listed out the important traits and strategies for successful international entrepreneurs: resilience and adaptability, adjusting to new business environments, learning from failures and setbacks, embracing change with a growth mindset, visionary thinking in industry disruption, identifying gaps in global markets, pioneering new technologies and business models, setting ambitious future focused goals, and then building diversified teams, creating inclusive workplaces, tapping into cross-border partnerships, and then encouraging knowledge exchange, mastering complex fundraising, scaling operations with cultural sensitivity, prioritizing sustainable growth, commitment to social impact and ethical leadership. All these things are the traits necessary for a successful international entrepreneur. So the entrepreneur can adopt any one of the models, theoretically stating these are the 5 different models of innovation. Lean startup model, which means just through iterative development, you just go for international business. Stage gate model, through prototyping, concept development, and feasibility analysis, you cross each stage, and at each stage, you decide whether to proceed the business, pivot the business, or halt the business. And then design thinking. So it is user-centric approach. You are just going to first understand the user needs, or do market research and understand what is the user's need, and then you design your business according to their need. In an open innovation model, not with the internal resources alone, but with the external resources, you gain knowledge and develop a business. Blue ocean strategy, it is creating marketplace which is new, where competition is irrelevant. For example, Uber, Tesla. So they don't compete anybody who are already existing in the market. They develop something new and they create a new market space for them. And then theory of inventive problem solving. So based on the existing patterns, patent, and principles of inventions and innovations, you try to solve the problems of international business. So these models, you can adopt one of the models and go internationally, scale internationally. And then whatever may be the problems in international business, they can be categorized into 3. The market isn't there, or our strategy was wrong, or we lack the execution capability. Your problem will fall under one of these categories. And the solution is you have to follow the following process. Test the market, validate your products and services, consider alternative business if your first business model doesn't work, and then work out a co-working space without long-term leases. You need not go and invest in another country at the earlier stage itself. You just go and work in a co-working space. You can hire an employee from that. You can work together. You can introduce your product to the international country, international market, and then you can, if it succeeds, you can test the market and then go international scaling, then go for international scaling. Utilize a virtual address and phone number instead of an office. So instead of setting up a physical office, you can make use of cloud computing and all other technological advancements, and you can do virtual business at first to test our market. Conclusion: the decision to scale a startup requires various things: innovative strategic planning, a deeper understanding and knowledge about the market and consumers, because we have already seen without proper understanding of your consumers, the businesses will fail. And the ability to have a holistic view to address a global problem. So if the problem is global and going to address it through innovative solutions, your business will definitely succeed. An understanding of global trends, government support, and understanding the ecosystem strength and weakness, and finally, adaptability to dynamic changes of the market. So all these things are needed when you scale your startup internationally. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation, Doctor. And we have one question from participant. What are the key factors that determine whether a startup is ready to expand into international market? Thank you.
Can you come again?
What are the key factors that determine whether a startup is ready to expand into international market? The question already read in the Zoom chat.
So yes, as I have already stated, the key factors that are determining a startup to expand international market is what is the consumer need in that particular country, and then what are the financial aids you are getting in order to expand your market to that country, and then whether your product is suitable to their culture and their regulatory norms. All these things are the key factors for international markets. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answer, ma'am. I guess no one else asking again. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. And before I close this event, for all participants, please open your camera. I will take a picture on the count of three for documentation. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, another one. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you for your kind cooperation. Finally, we come to the end of webinar today. We would like to thank you for our speaker for the wonderful information and sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for our participants. At least we have more collaboration in the future. The webinar for today and here. We hope to see you soon. Thank you and have a nice day.